Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to another edition of Thrylos 7 International. And of course, this is a very special edition as it's a live match commentary covering Olympiacos' Super League clash against Panetolikos. Olympiacos looking to make it 4 out of 4, a perfect start after 3 incredible, impressive victories, even though Olympiacos were not at full force. They're technically still not at full force, but guess what? Willian and Sergio Oliveira, 2-star signings, are on the bench for tonight's game. Olympiacos, of course, the manager, Jose Luis Mendilibar, opted for his favored 4-3-3 formation, which kind of turns into a 4-2-3-1 formation with Chiquinho coming forward as a number 10. More specifically, we do have a couple of surprises in this match by manager Mendilibar. Let's have a look at the entire lineup. Kostas is in goal. That's not a surprise. Rodinei at right back and Francisco Ortega on the other side at left back. Lorenzo Pirola with Andreas Doi at centre back, ladies and gentlemen. David Carmo drops to the bench for this match. Marcos Stamenic, Santiago Eze, and Chiquinho in midfield with Zelson Martins covering the right flank. Christopher Velde on the other side and Ayub El Kabi spearheading the attack for manager Mendilibar for the host team tonight. When it comes to Panetolikos, Coach Petrakis has opted for quite a defensive formation, a 5-3-2 formation it seems. At least that's the info I'm getting right now. Chavez in goal, former Greece international, former Panathinaikos star Haris Mavrias at right back, with Torrejon on the other side. Mladen, Selis, and another former Panathinaikos ace in Bouzouki at center back it seems. I'm going to have to double check on that one because Bouzouki is a midfielder. Belevonis, Perez, and Llavas, the trio in midfield, with Lomonaco and Diaz spearheading the attack for the visitors in tonight's match at Stadio Georgios Karaiskakis. It's a lovely weather here in Greece. The temperature is finally coming down after weeks and weeks and months of scorching heat and unbearable humidity. It is getting lovely here. I did not bring a jumper. I think I should have. That's the only thing I forgot to bring. Nice and sunny here in Greece, here in Piraeus. Both teams are out training. I can see Willian. Of course, this is going to be his debut if he comes on. Same goes for Oliveira. I'm struggling to believe that neither one of them is going to come on tonight, especially if Olympiacos have a smooth one. We're all expecting Olympiacos to have a smooth one, to be honest. Obviously, all eyes are going to be at the other big derby that's taking place in between Panathinaikos and PAOK. That's going to be the match everyone here is going to be keeping an eye on. That's, of course, if there's no surprise, because Panetolikos should not be underestimated. No team should be underestimated. The big match at Tumba between PAOK and Panathinaikos. It starts after Olympiacos' game, of course, so that's the game everybody's going to be keeping an eye on. We've talked about Olympiacos having a smashing start to the season, even though there were no qualifiers. On one hand, there was a lot of rest for Jose Luis Mendilibar's men after the Conference League triumph, but on the other hand, you know what? Olympiacos did get the chance to rile up, and they did. Big 2-0 win over Volos away to start things off last month. Then a rather stressful 2-1 win over Califea. And then that big 3-0 win at Lamia before the international break. Panetolikos, who obviously have Petrakis, who's quite experienced in the Super League, didn't have a smooth start to the campaign. Everything for them started in August 3 when they faced Atromitos and lost away in Athens 2-0. Then they lost. It was a very difficult start for the opponents today. It was a club friendly that they lost 2-0 to Atromitos away in Peristeri. And then there was 2 losses in their first 3 matches for today's visiting side, losing 1-0 against Lamia. That was a home match. Then 2-0 losing at PAOK. And then they won 3-0 against Panetolikos before the international break. Should be a smooth one, really, for Jose Luis Mendilibar's side. Of course, things are getting serious right now with Europe calling for Olympiacos. Soon enough, we're going to start with the Europa League. The Europa League group stage, the league phase, as we can now call it. But first, Olympiacos are going to face Aris on September 21, and then they're traveling to Lyon for a crush test against the Liga Giants. That's going to be the first team we face before Braga come visiting in our first home match in Europe. Of course, that's going to see Andre Horta coming back to Karaiskaki, the man we tried to sign in the summer, but it didn't work out. And of course, former manager Carlos Carvalhal, who is basically the main reason why Horta didn't come, really, because Carvalhal really rates him. He's one of the main reasons why we signed Andre Horta in January, our best January transfer window, to be fair. Best transfer window ever. So, guys, to all of you who have tuned in, thank you so much for joining up. Thank you so much for joining me in this live commentary. Do like and subscribe if you haven't done so already. It really helps the channel. Thank you so much for all the support you've shown us on Instagram. 10,000 followers. Unbelievable. Absolutely unbelievable that we've reached that milestone. But nothing could have happened without you guys. Like I said in the thank you video, for many, many years I've been saying Olympiacos are not a Greek club, they're a European club. But you guys proved me wrong. Olympiacos are a global side. Fans all over America, South America, even Oceania. We got fans fans and subscribers and followers from every corner of the world, every single continent bar Antarctica. Obviously, if we got anyone from Antarctica tuning in, then obviously thank you for the support. Thank you for joining, man or lady. And guys, thank you so much for the support. Coach Zach, USA says hello. USA Zacharias, Papa Nicolau, Thrylos, much love. Thank you so much for joining me, Zach. This is my first match live commentary of the season. Bit stressed, bit crazy. Hi from Glasgow, Tzori Leon Philip. Hi, Philip. Thank you so much for joining us. I've been wanting to visit Scotland for a very long time. I visited the US, Zacharia. I've been to New York, DC, and Jersey. I remember I went there to cover WrestleMania as well. That was WrestleMania 35. What a night that was. Batista's retirement match. First ever all-women's WrestleMania main event. Becky Lynch killing it. Daniel Bryan and Kofi Kingston. Anyway, that's to all the WWE fans out there. And Philip, yeah, I've been wanting to visit Scotland for a very long time. I love the Scots. Absolutely love them. I want to go to Edinburgh. I want to go to Glasgow. I want to see the Highlands. I've been wanting to have a nice trek over there. So, guys, if you're joining us right now, we got our usual 4-3-3 formation for tonight's match. Zolakis in goal, Rodine at right back, Ortega on the left, Doi and Pirola at center back. That's one of the first surprises. Don't worry, Carmo's not injured. The Retsos is injured. I'm trying to figure out what's going on there. There's quite some silence from Olympiacos and Retsos' camp on that. Marcos Stamenits and Santiago Eze in midfield with Chiquinho is going to be moving forward as a number 10. And then Zelson Martins and Christopher Velde in the wings with Ayub El Kabi up front. To all of you joining us, guys, like, give us your opinion about the starting lineup. Give me your opinion about the center back pairing, Doi and Pirola. I'm a bit worried about that, if I'm being honest. I mean, obviously they're wrestling players, but I don't see why you should be doing that to Panetolikos. But then again, there's the other school of thought that pretty much says that it's only Panetolikos, so you can save players, you can rest players, and obviously so many players that could come in from the bench. You got Willian, you got Sergio Oliveira. If I haven't mentioned, guys, here's the bench for Olympiacos: Paschalakis, Biancon, Garcia, Carmo, Yaremchuk, Willian, Kostinia, Oliveira, and Apostolopoulos. When it comes to Panetolikos, Here's the bench for Panetolikos. Kotouris, Maitevac, Layut, Roa, Steriakis, Galiatsos, Stajic, Nicolaou, and Lewis. That is the bench for Panetolikos. Guys, it is a lovely day here at Karaiskakis. I am very much looking forward to this. I cannot wait for my first home match of the season. Our info says that 29,000 tickets have been sold, so I'm awaiting a full house tonight. It's not really a full house just yet, but we got people coming in. The Organomeni are coming in. They're going to be sitting behind me. So that's going to be very interesting from my part. 10,000 followers on Instagram, guys. I cannot tell you how much this moves me from your support. You guys prove that Olympiacos are not a European club, like I've been saying. Olympiacos are a global club, and without you, there would never be any proof of that. Because you got your Man Uniteds, you got your Real Madrids, you got your Bayern Munichs, and then you hear Olympiacos, and people think, small club. Well, look at that. We got fans from every corner of the planet. Every corner of the planet, guys. And it's because of you. All of it because of you. And I'm absolutely honored to be doing this, to be working here for you. I am working for you tonight, and I really hope I don't fail you. Because live commentary, well, not my strongest suit, but you know what? We're making it my strongest suit tonight, and it's all for you guys. All of it is for you. I'm going to be doing some vlogging as well at the same time for our YouTube channel. If you haven't done so, please do subscribe there. And follow us on Instagram and Facebook and Twitter, guys. You can find all the info in the description below. Everything you need to know. So, yeah, it's quite lively right now. Gate 7 is quite silent right now, quite quiet. But, then again, they have no reason to be loud right now. Expect that to change big time in a few minutes, almost 15 minutes until kickoff. Jose Luis Mendilibar obviously did his pre-match ritual of walking around the stadium, walking around the grass. Obviously, he got a big reception from Gate 7. Kostas Karapapas, the vice president of Olympiacos, and a good friend of the channel, I dare say. I see him downstairs, down by the touchline. He's going to have a busy night, certainly going to have a busy night. He's a busy man regardless, not much free time for this man. Thrylos, the mascot, is down there, as you would expect. We're not seeing Marinakis right now, Vangelis Marinakis. He must be at the VIP section. We usually do see him at the touchline. I don't know if you guys can hear the background. I don't know if you could you get anything from there, but it is getting quite lively here. It is getting quite lively here at Karaiskaki. A big shout out to my co-hosts, Aris Bouloubasis, the stat man, Kostas Levogiannis, the passion of Gate 7 International, Lambros Sirmos, the superstar of Gate 7 International, Martial Debo, one of the smartest, most intelligent journalists I've ever met. And of course, Dimitris Kouimtsidis, one of the nicest and craftiest journalists I've ever met. If you're listening, guys, do give us a shout out back. Do let us know. It's getting lively right now. The fans are getting warmed up. They are loving this right now. We're slowly saying bye to the summer as well here in Greece, or at least I do hope so, because I've had enough of the heat, if I'm being honest. Of course, Olympiacos now are much more serious than they were in the last 2 seasons. Olympiacos do want to win the league. This is a must right now, because Olympiacos have to come back to the Champions League, guys. Very long absence from the Champions League, guys. Very, very long absence. I gotta say, Olympiacos are really making a name for themselves around the world. I'm joined by some very esteemed colleagues here in the press area. As I was saying, Olympiacos are really making a name for themselves. Here's a fun story to tell you. That's from back in 2018. That was when Olympiacos had finished third behind then champions AEK and PAOK. It was a horrible, horrible season for Olympiacos. And to make matters worse, they drew Burnley in the Europa League qualifiers. And remember, back then there was no conference. So Olympiacos were facing a very early, very, very early elimination from Europe. And they got Burnley, who had the best season of their entire existence. They were the only club that beat Man City away at that season. And I remember I was working at the Express back then, and I was going to the office, and one of the editors, who was a Burnley fan, he was all like, "Oh, Kostas, we got you guys in the Europa League. That's not a good draw for Burnley." And I was like, "Yeah, yeah, you're very funny. Yeah, very good joke, man." And he insisted, "No, no, no, I'm not joking. I'm not joking. I didn't want you guys." Like, ha, 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 yeah, whatever. And then everybody else joined in, all my other colleagues, and they said, "Yeah, that's actually a really bad draw for Burnley." You see, guys, Olympiacos is really, really growing as a force, that you cannot underestimate. Making it to the knockout stages of a major European competition 13 times in our last 15 attempts, all in a Greek budget and with a Greek owner. Let's not forget, we don't have any Saudis running Olympiacos. Coach Zach, a few years ago, I had Andy Rosberg, I hope I'm pronouncing it right, as my coach at USSF Coaching Clinic. Great memories. USA Zacharis Papanikolaou. Thank you so much for the comment, Zach. Guys, send me over your predictions. How do you expect the game to go? Who do you think is going to score? How do you expect Willian and Sergio Oliveira to fare if they come on, which they most certainly are going to come on, I would believe myself, especially if it's a smooth ride, especially if it's a sort of a 3-0 kind of game. We'll see how the first half goes. But if the first half goal has at least 2 goals, then I certainly expect Willian and Oliveira to come on. Sorry, guys, I have to do vlogging stuff at the same time. Gate 7 is warming up, ladies and gents, for what promises to be, well, I don't want to say promises, but it does look like it could be quite a smooth ride for Olympiacos. Quite a straightforward evening, I would dare say. Panetolikos haven't really shown much so far this season, but Olympiacos must remain focused and serious. we haven't seen much from Olympiacos as well. Like, obviously, Olympiacos have had a flying start to the season, but we have yet to really see Olympiacos kicking into gear yet. Of course, they haven't been in full force. That's something we should certainly not count out. Especially with Calithea, it was the first home match of the season. First match of the season, Olympiacos were quite slow, quite stressful. Only a 2-1 victory. So we are expecting something more here with Panetolikos. Here's the lineup for Panetolikos. It's being read out. And they're now going to read the lineup for Olympiacos. I hope you can hear it. I'm going to let them take it for me.
Número 10, Celso Martins. Número 23, Rodinei. Número 9, Ayub El-Karabi. Número 32, Santiago S. Número 52, Chiquinho. Número 3, Francisco Ortega. Número 20, Lorenzo Pirola. Número 8, Marco Stamenis. Número 11, Christopher Velde. Και número 24, Andreas Doi. Αναπληρωματική, Πασχαλάκης, Γιάννο, Willian, Garcia, Κωστίνια, Κάρμο, Oliveira, Γιάννετσου, Αποστολόπουλος. Προπονητής, Jose Luis Mendilibar.
So in case you didn't get it, guys, Olympiacos with a 4-3-3 formation. Kostas Zolakis in goal, Rodine at right back, Ortega at left back, Doi and Pirola at centre back, Stamenits, Eze and Chiquinho in midfield, Zelson Martins, Christopher Velde and Ayub El-Kabi spearheading the attack for Jose Luis Mendilibar's side. And when it comes to Panetolikos, Yannis Petrakis has opted for a 5-3-2 formation with Chavez in goal, Mavrias at the right, Torrejon on the left, Mladen, Bouzoutis and Shelis at centre back, Pelevonis, Perez, Lavas in midfield, Diaz, Lomonaco up front. Olympiacos have Paschalakis, Piancon, Garcia, Carmo, Yaremchuk, Willian, Kostinia, Oliveira, and Apostolopoulos on the bench. Kodouris, Maidevac, Layud, Roa, Steriakis, Galiatsos, Staitz, Nicolau, and Luis on the bench for the visitors in this match. Konstantine Levoyani, thank you so much for the comment, my dear co-host. Let's go, boys. He's saying, come on, let's do this. Andy Risberg was Scotland's national coach, USA, Zacharis Papanikolaou. Thank you so much, Zacharia. Κάνα site να το δούμε, Μότσου, δεν νομίζω ότι μπορώ να σε βοηθήσω εκεί πέρα. Do like and subscribe if you haven't done so already. We're only 4 minutes away from kickoff. Let's have it. Guys, you haven't sent me your predictions yet. Do send me your predictions. How do you think this game is going to go? How much do you think Olympiacos is going to win? How do you expect Willian and Sergio Oliveira to fare on their debut? And do tell me, how do you see this season transpiring? And here we go, ladies and gentlemen. The two teams are coming on. Rodinei leading the way for Olympiacos as tonight's captain. And of course, we have Panetolikos joining them with Liavas, the captain for the visitors tonight. And the anthem is playing. Gate 7 is going crazy. Not a packed house, but quite a lot of people showed up. Close to a packed house tonight. Motsu, we have our first prediction. It's a 3-0 for Motsu. Well, I cannot really disagree with that. What do you think, guys? Is Motsu right or is Motsu wrong? The two teams are now exchanging handshakes. Same thing with the referees right now. Zolak is standing with Rodinei to greet the rest of their teammates. This promises to be a good one. The two teams are now taking their place on the pitch. So when it comes to the table, guys, Olympiacos top of the Super League table with 9 points, same as PAOK, but they are ahead because of goals. AEK are third with 7 points. Aris fourth with 5. Atromitos with 5 as well, with Lamia in 6th with 5 points. Panathinaikos 8 with 4, as they've already lost a game this season. So a win for Olympiacos is a must because PAOK could drop points with Panathinaikos at Tuba, which is played after our game here. We need to kind of update this song, I believe, after the conference. I mean, Santos was a very, very long time ago. So I don't know, something about the conference, I don't know. I mean, we've beaten Man United, Arsenal, we've beaten Liverpool, we've beaten Real Madrid, we've beaten Bayer Leverkusen, we've beaten Aston Villa, West Ham, Borussia Dortmund, Juventus, Atletico Madrid. Surely we can update it a little bit. But anyway, that's just me talking. Don't quote me on that, please don't. So, guys, we're almost ready to kick things off at Georgios Karaiskakis. Remember, Thrylos 7 International covering this game. First game we're covering since our rebrand. Quite a historical day, isn't it, Kostas Levoyani? If you're listening, Panetolikos are going to kick things off as they won the coin toss. Referee checking with the goalkeepers right now. Zolak is giving the thumbs up. So is Sanchez. Chavez, excuse me. Gate 7 in full force. Referee ready to whistle, and here we go, guys. The match is underway. Olympiacos versus Panetolikos at Stadio Georgios Karaiskakis. Olympiacos pressuring right now. Up, a bad clearance by Chavez. Here's El Capi. He's got space. Here's the pass. There's Velde. There's a shot. He's calling for a handball. There was a deflection. Nothing from the referee, and we have the first foul. No, that's not a foul by Doi, even though it kind of did look like a foul. Doi needs to be careful because he's playing as a center back, and he is prone to some careless fouls that usually lead to bookings. Here's Rodine now with the ball, looking for the cross. That is cleared by the Panetolikos defense. Still Rodine though. Panetolikos get the ball back, moving forward, and that is going to be a free throw for Olympiacos. Rodine passing it back to Doi. There's Pirola. Francisco Ortega now moving things forward. Velde is looking for some space. There's Ortega keeps moving the ball. Velde gets it. And the cross looking for Gelson Martins at the far post, but there's too much force in it. And that is a free kick for Panetolikos. Chavez is going to go deep now with this clearance. Taking his good old time. That leads to a few cheers from the home fans. Rodine clears it, and that is a free throw for Panetolikos. There was a bit of pressure there from Belevonis. He's going to get things going. Torrejon. El Capi getting the ball back, but there's a foul that took place beforehand on Perez. So the ball goes back to Panetolikos. Panetolikos playing it quickly now. They're trying to play out the back, Panetolikos are. That's, if you ask me, that is a bit brave when you're playing a team like Olympiacos who's superior. Olympiacos get the ball back. There's Velde passing it back to Eze. Eze going deep for El Capi. There's El Capi. Bad touch, really bad touch there from El Capi. That didn't allow him to turn and face Chavez. Rodine gets the header. There's Ortega at the left. Eze now playing it back to Doi. Doi moving forward. Zelson passing it to Rodine on the right. He's going to look for Zelson again. Our new number 10 is Gelson Martins. There's Doi. Back to his center back partner for tonight. Oh no, that's Eze, excuse me, not Pirola. Doi again with the ball. Passing it back to Rodine. Gelson Martins. He's going to look for the cross now. There's the cross, a low cross, but cleared by Panetolikos. That's a free throw for Olympiacos now. Rodine passing it back to Doi. Doi has been quite active in this first half. Almost 5 minutes here at Karaiskakis. It's all goalless. Olympiacos controlling possession. Haven't been able to create any threats yet, but they are solidly having possession and pressing up front. It's the high press that Jose Luis Mendilibar is loving. They're looking for quick passes, but Panetolikos' defense has been quite comfortable so far. They're dealing with a high press. No urgency here. A draw works fine for Panetolikos. There's Velde. Nothing comes of it. Panetolikos trying to get the ball moving forward with Bouzouki, which I expect Bouzouki is going to have a bit of a libero, a sweeper kind of role. I mean, he's supposed to be a center back tonight, but it seems like he's more of a number 6, the former Panathinaikos player, an academy product. A lot was expected by him and Hatzigiovannis. Hatzigiovannis went on to play for Turkey. Didn't really set the world alight, especially in Turkey, mostly as a sub, really, right now with Eyüpspor. Panetolikos trying to get the ball forward, but Ortega steals the ball, and there's a foul that takes place on him. Bouzoukas, of course, didn't set the world alight either. I mean, he's playing for Panetolikos now after a spell with Ofi. Zelson Martins back to Rodine. Eze is dropping deep a lot as a proper number 6 right here. That's very helpful for Stamenic, who's also a number 6, and Doi. I expect Doi to be a bit of a sweeper as well today. There's Velde now, passing it back to Ortega, but he is beaten to the ball. Olympiacos, though, continue to fight back for it. The high press, sort of a gegenpressing kind of thing, if you ask me. Lose the ball, apply intense pressure to win it back. Suffocating Olympiacos right now. Olympiacos are suffocating Panetolikos, forcing them to create a mistake and lose the ball, such as right now when they gain a free throw. There's Eze. Eze again. Stamenic back to Doi. Doi back to Pirola. Pirola to Eze, who drops very deep. He's dropping very deep in this match. Rodine. Struggling to find openings is Olympiacos. That's where you miss Fortounis and Potens, to be fair. Lovely cross from Eze to Ortega on the left, but Olympiacos give the ball away. And I think that's a corner kick, and it is a corner kick. First corner kick for Olympiacos in this evening, in the 8th minute of the match. This is where we miss Sergio Oliveira. That's where we're going to really need Sergio Oliveira for the set pieces. If I'm not mistaken, I am seeing Chiquinho taking this corner kick. Or is it Velde? It is Velde. Nothing comes of it. It's a free kick for Panetolikos. Chavez does take his time before whipping that free kick. He does take a lot of time, Chavez is. Cheers from the home crowd. Going for the free kick there. Cleared. El Kabi chasing the ball here. So is Martins. Panetolikos give the ball away again. Panetolikos just can't get anything going attack-wise as we approach the 10th minute. We're in the 9th minute of the match, really. Eze back to Doi. Doi now trying to move the ball forward. There's Ortega. Stamenic. Passing it to Eze. Eze now to Rodine. Olympiacos are mostly trying to find space via Rodine. Every time he gets it on the right, he has quite some space. And there's Zelson. So Zelson hasn't been able to apply any of his dribbling so far. There's Doi. So far, Doi has been perfect in his passing and his positioning. A very good start by Andreas Doi. Here's El Capi. Ortega, who's dropped into the center. And there's Rodine with quite some space. He's going to go for the cross. There's the cross. El Capi doesn't get the header. And there's a lot of protest for a handball now, as there was a deflection that led to Chavez. Referee isn't bothered by it. Nothing from the referee. There's the first cheers of the match. Nothing from VAR. To be honest, I didn't see anything. And there's no point really for to complain about the refereeing in a match against Panetolikos at home. Olympiacos are on the attack right now, but they lose the ball, and Panetolikos are trying to play out the back. A calm movement for Panetolikos. Belevon is doing well there. And a foul for Panetolikos there by El Kabi. That's a quick one. They whip it quickly. There's Lomonaco. Lomonaco still with the ball, looking for that opening, can't find it. He passes it on the right. There's the first shot of the match, and it goes out for a free kick. There's the first shot of the match, and it is for Panetolikos. That was a good play there from Panetolikos. It was from Haris Mavrias, the former Panathinaikos star. He found some space. He got the ball from Lomonaco. Lomonaco had his run well scouted. Passed it to him on the right. There was the shot, and it missed Zolakis' right hand post from quite some distance, I would say. But still a bit of a stressful moment. That Olympiacos now with the ball. There's Eze passing it back to Doi. Doi to Ortega on the left. 12 minutes here at Karaiskaki. It's all goalless. Trying to find Velde. Velde gets the ball. He has space. Tries a shot. And it's blocked by Panetolikos' defense. Panetolikos, well, they lose the ball right now. Almost spoke too soon. There's Ortega with Velde. Velde back to Stamenic. Still the ball on the left with Ortega. Ortega back to Stamenic. Eze is asking for the ball, and he's getting it finally. But there's no space for Olympiacos. They can't find holes within Panetolikos' defense. So it's not exactly the most stellar start for Olympiacos. Still a long match to go. But it is the same frustrations we've been seeing in the first three matches, to be fair. Something that we can't afford to see in Europe, especially in the home matches that we need to win, because our opponents are nothing really to be feared at, especially after you've won a European title. There's Zelson Martins with a cross, cleared by Panetolikos' defense. Stamenic going for the ball, he loses it, and he commits a foul in the build-up. The foul was on Diaz. Rodine has full control of this one, and Zolakis clears it. Zelson Martins with the ball. There's El Capi for the help, but it is lost by Torrejon. There's Mladen playing it back for Chavez, who clears it. Rodine goes for the header, and he gets it. Stamenic with the ball. There's Eze, but there's a foul again by Stamenic. I think that was a soft call there by the referee. The Panetolikos player looks like he's in pain, but to be honest, I think that's Perez right there. There wasn't much on it, to be fair. Not much to be honest. Not much there, to be fair. He's back up to his feet, thankfully. Panetolikos trying to get things going there. Torrejon, though, loses it. There's Rodine moving the ball forward. Zelson Martins gets it on the right. Not much from Zelson Martins so far. Quite a lot of loose balls, giving the ball away. Not a good start by Zelson Martins as we approach 15 minutes at Karaiskaki Stadium. Pretty much a full house, just barely a few seats missing. But of course, this is against Panetolikos, so taking everything into account. There's Eze, quite some space in front of him. Passes it to Rodine on the right. Zelson Martins is in the area, and he gets the ball. Tries to cross it, but again, denied by Panetolikos' defense. And a foul for Panetolikos again. Getting a bit frustrating, to be honest. Quite some frustrating 15 minutes at Karaiskaki. Quite some toothless attacking so far. Chavez clears it, but there's no one there. Ball to Pirola, who passes it to Ortega, and then back to Stamenic, who also drops deep. There's Doi, who passes it to Rodinei. So what we're seeing right now is Rodinei is pretty much covering the entire right flank, with Gelson Martins going to the area, waiting for the ball to come from Rodinei. And when Rodinei moves centrally, that's when Martins takes the right flank. There's Eze to Doi, going for the cross. Too much power to it, and it's out for a free kick. And there's the free kick. Doi is going to clear this one, and he does. El Kabi going for the ball, can't get there. And here's Panetolikos trying to break with Pelevonis holding the ball, passes it to the incoming Torrejon. There's Lomonaco trying to find the cross. He's under pressure by Rodinei. There's a cross. Nothing comes of it. Tsolakis comes off his lines. Shouldn't though. Well, he tried to save the free throw, so he was right. Back to his net in time. Panetolikos are played the free throw quickly, but not quickly enough. There's Panetolikos trying to do something. Olympiacos pushing them back. Olympiacos getting the ball back with Ortega, who also gets a foul after being stomped at. Excuse me, my English. Here's Stamenic to Chiquinho. Haven't seen much of Chiquinho so far. Back to Ortega. Ortega still with the ball. There's Gelson Martins, who earns the free throw. Olympiacos playing it quickly. Panetolikos win it down the right. Stamenic though with the shoulder. That's not a handball. He wins it back and passes it to Eze. Eze now with the ball to Rodinei on the right. Still Rodinei. Back to Eze. Here's the cross. Goes to no one. Belde is chasing this one. He's got support from Ortega. There's a shot by Doi. Goes nowhere. Straight to Chavez. Very easy that for the Panetolikos goalkeeper. Apostole, you're absolutely right. The Rodinei places an inverted fullback, but defensive-wise, this gives a lot of space. And there's a free throw for Olympiacos. Rodinei passing it to Stamenic, who's under pressure, but finds a way to get to Rodinei and release him. Rodinei with a lot of space here. Finds El Kabi, who has even more space now. The left hand side is totally exposed. There's Ortega to take advantage of that. He's going to go for a cross, though. How predictable. There's the cross. There's Gelson Martins. He finds him on the far post. He has Rodinei for support. There's also Chiquinho. Martins finds Chiquinho. Chiquinho back to Eze. That is a terrible, terrible shot. Terrible shot. Lacks power and lacks target. Completely missing the target. That's Olympiacos' first shot of the match, completely off target. We haven't had a match on target so far in this match. That is in the 20th minute. Very, very soft shot by Eze. There's a foul there for Olympiacos on Doi by Diaz. Eze playing it quickly to Stamenic. There's Ortega on the left. Velde with the ball now. Too many crosses. There's a cross, goes straight to Chavez's safe hands. Nothing much from Olympiacos' attack. A lot of crosses. Very predictable. That's where you miss Potenza and Fortunis breaking into defense. And there is Zelson Martins. Is he going to shoot? He tries to find Chiquinho, but that is a really, really bad pass. Chiquinho gets to it nevertheless. There's Rodine now with the ball. Still Rodine, looking for that cross, but he's under pressure. Still Rodine. Rodine with there's the cross. It goes in, and it's cleared by Panetolikos' defense. There's Stamenic. Passing it to Eze. Still Eze. To Rodine. Zelson Martins. There it is. With a nice little pass, but it's cleared by Panetolikos. Zelson, though, gets it back. There's Chiquinho. Chiquinho, and that's a corner kick for Olympiacos. Second corner kick of the evening for Olympiacos. On the other hand side, though, on the right, and Chiquinho is going to take this one. Chiquinho takes the corner kicks on the right. Velde takes the corner kicks on the left, but I had a feeling this is going to change once Oliveira makes it to the starting lineup, if he does. Rodine back to Chiquinho. Chiquinho with a cross. It's cleared. There's Ortega. Shot, and straight to Chavez's safe hands. First shot of the match on target for Olympiacos. Second in total. That was a very, very, very good shot. Very strong, precise. There's Martins. Passes it to Rodine. And that was Eze who should have had the shot beforehand, not Ortega. Got my Argentines mistaken. It was Eze. That was the first really good shot of the match. And that's another corner kick for Olympiacos, third of the evening, with Chiquinho on the right-hand side. There's the cross by Chiquinho. There's on the far post. There's Zelson Martins, tries the shot, but sends it way wide the shot. On the 24 minutes here at Georgios Karaiskakis. There's the ball, and there's Ortega on the left. Velde is there for support, as is Zelson Martins. Ball to Velde. Passes it back to Pirola. Doi to Rodine on the right. Support from Chiquinho. Rodine keeps the ball. Stamenic. There's Stamenic to pass, but Rodine still with the ball. Chiquinho needs to turn his body there. There's Zelson Martins. Passes it to Ortega. Ortega to Velde. Ortega again. Ortega to Velde. Can Velde get there? He cannot. That's a free kick for Panetolikos in the 25th minute. All goalless here at Karaiskaki, if you're just joining us. Chavez whips it in. But it goes to Ortega, who gets a brilliant touch on the ball to move it forward. There's Chiquinho. Still Chiquinho. To Velde on the left. Ortega, Velde again. Passing it to Stamenic, who comes for support. Chiquinho, who drops deep. There's Doi. Still Doi, moving it forward. Passing it to Zelson Martins on the right. Zelson trying to get into the area. Cannot. Passing it, that's a very strong pass, but it is good enough for Ortega, who whips it in. There's El Kabin, not a good header. Cleared by Olympiacos' defense, Panetolikos' defense, excuse me. There's Ortega. Pirola. To Eze. Gelson Martins, who drops deep. Now to Rodine. Still Rodine. Passing it back to Stamenic. Stamenic to Ortega on the left, but it's too powerful, this pass, so that's a free throw for Panetolikos. Alkikos, apologies if there's any sound issues. I think I just fixed it. Do let me know if that works on your end. Don't forget, guys, we're a fan podcast here, so we do our best. There's Chiquinho to Gelson Martins. Still Gelson Martins on the right. There's Rodine. Chiquinho. There's the cross by Rodine. Chiquinho. There's the shot blocked by Panetolikos' defense. I suppose Alkiko, it has been everything has been sorted. I think I know what was happening before. Apologies. We have a Panetolikos player who's down. The Panetolikos physios have entered the pitch. Let's hope it's nothing serious, this. So basically, Olympiacos have upped the ante now. They look more dangerous. I mean, they have been controlling possession and tempo. They've upped the tempo, but they're still not able to create any dangers in this match. They just cannot break into the area. They just cannot beat their Panetolikos opponents in 1v1 situations. So they opt for crosses that usually go nowhere and do nothing. They usually don't find their targets. Usually El Kabi, who they're looking for, but it usually doesn't go anywhere. It looks like the Panetolikos player is fine. He's back to his feet, which is a very, very good development. Always a good development, that. Rodine going to get things going, and he does. There's Eze. Stamenic. That was Mladen who's down in the Panetolikos area, but it seems like he's well now, thankfully. Rodine now going to go for the cross again. Picks up a deflection. Chavez gets to it in front of El Kabi. Chavez with a volley. Doi gets the header. Panetolikos, though, still with the ball at their feet. Moving the ball forward with Pelevonis, who releases Mavrias. Mavrias with the ball. Passes it back. There's Mavrias again. Still Mavrias. Quick succession to the passes here by Panetolikos. But Rodine clears it, not enough power, and he sends it out. No, that's Ortega with the ball. Panetolikos playing it back, all the way back to Chavez in goal. Still Chavez, who whips it in. Mavrias gets the header. Pirola whips it back. Stamenic wins it back for Olympiacos, no foul. Stamenic playing it back to Zolakis. Zolakis to Doi. He's going to move it forward, sweeper style. to Rodine on the right. Half an hour at Karaiskaki, still goalless. Olympiacos have upped the ante, but they just are not threatening enough. To Pirola. Ortega on the left. Trying to release Velde, and he does, but he goes down. There's nothing. That's a free throw. That's a free throw for Panetolikos, and a yellow card for Velde for simulation, it seems, because he went down inside the area. Oh no, that's a yellow card for that's a foul for Olympiacos on at the edge of the area down the left. That's for Mavrias for a foul on Velde. Gotta say that looked a little soft, if you ask me. But then again, there's no replay. Chiquinho gonna take this one. So Mavrias with a yellow card after a foul on Velde at the edge of the area down the left. It seems that it happened from behind, and that's why it's a yellow card. And here comes the cross, straight to the wall. Panetolikos will clear that now. There's Rodine, passing it to Zelson on the right. Nothing comes of it. There's Doi with a shot, agonizingly wide. Another shot by Olympiacos, completely off target by Andreas Doi. Chavez now with a big ball. Eze passing it back to Tsolakis. Not a good start by Olympiacos, not a good start. Ortega to Velde, who's dropped deep. Passing it back to Ortega. Still Ortega. Passing it back to Pirola. Pirola now to Eze. Eze to Pirola. Ortega on the left. Stamenic. Stamenic back out to the left where Ortega is. Tries a ball, cleared by Panetolikos. They just cannot get that final ball. They just cannot get that big ball in the third, in the final third. There's El Capi, who's dropped very deep. Ortega on the left. Back to Pirola, who's going to pass it back to Tsolakis. Yes, he's going to do that. Tsolakis now with the ball, clears it. There's Panetolikos now with Pelevonis again. And that's a free throw for Olympiacos. Rodine now, passing it back to Doi. Still Doi. To Eze. Eze moving the ball forward. He's got a lot of support. Eze, still Eze. Passing it back to Doi. Doi now to Pirola. Olympiacos with a high press. All of Olympiacos in down Panetolikos' half. Stamenic. Back to Pirola. Doi. Rodine. Still Rodine. Passing it to Chiquinho, but he cannot find him. Stamenic winning the ball back, and he does. Good first half by Stamenic. Good passing, good positioning. Very good very good on the tackle is Stamenic. A good first half by the New Zealand international on loan from Nottingham Forest, as is David Carmo, our star centre back, who's on the bench tonight. Rodine with a header. Back to Pirola. Pirola, still Pirola. Gonna pass it to Ortega on the left. Still Ortega. Velde on the left. Ortega, Velde. Olympiacos now on the left, back to Pirola, who's really moved forward. There's Stamenic. He's going to go for a shot. No, that's a pass to Rodine on the right, and he gets to it. A little too much power on that pass. Still Rodine, passing it to Zelson. Down the right, still Zelson. Zelson trying to get into the area. He falls down. No foul from the referee. Panetolikos going to play out the back now. Going to be a toughie one, that. Still Panetolikos there. With Diaz, who's dropped very deep. Very, very deep. Has Diaz dropped. Doi going to pass it back to Zolakis, I suppose. No. Oh, nice little dribbling there from Doi. Beating Lo Monaco there with a nice turn. And Olympiacos moving forward now. There's Chiquinho. Has Ortega on his left. Still Chiquinho. Passing it to Velde. Still Velde. Velde now to Rodine on the right. He's completely alone, completely isolated. But still Rodine. Rodine still looking for that cross. He gets it to the incoming Ortega. Ortega plays it back, and it's cleared by Panetolikos. Still Panetolikos, who cleared the ball. There's Mavrias moving down the right, the former Panathinaikos star, and the ball is cleared by Doi, and it's a free throw for Panetolikos. Panetolikos now moving forward with Diaz, still Diaz, tries a shot. I don't know what that was, but it's out for a free throw, for a free kick, for Olympiacos. We'll play quickly with Zolakis for Ortega. Olympiacos are going to play out the back on this one. We don't often see Olympiacos playing out the back, do we? 38 minutes here at Karaiskaki. Bad news, Olympiacos have yet to score. Good news, it's almost halftime. Ortega, back to Pirola. Ortega again. Ortega to Stamenic. Velde with a very poor pass. Back to Stamenic. Pirola. Doi. Eze. Stamenic on the left. He's going to go for a shot. There's a shot. And it's deflected. It's blocked by El Kabi. That shot. That was going straight to Chavez, or could have even been a goal, that shot by Stamenic, and it was blocked by El Kabi. Have mercy, have mercy. Olympiacos' attack have been really, really poor in this first half. Rodine playing it to Eze. Still Eze. Eze to Stamenic. Trying to find El Kabi. Well, yeah, nothing comes of it. Gate 7 trying to push Olympiacos forward. Olympiacos or Gate 7 are red hot. Can't say the same thing about Olympiacos' attack. There's 200 of you guys. Come on, let's get some likes. Let's get some likes here. Let's get some likes on YouTube, Twitter, and Facebook. There's over 200 of you right now. And only 3 likes. Panetolikos now trying to play on the right, but Rodine is controlling this, and it's a free throw for Olympiacos. Rodine going to go deep now without free throw. It's 40 minutes at Karaiskaki. Goalless draw. Still goalless. Oh, there's Panetolikos. They win the ball back. That's a dangerous situation for Olympiacos playing it in the area. There's a deep. There's Mavrias. A shot, and it just misses. Zolakis' top right corner. That was a dangerous moment there for Olympiacos. Very good moment for Panetolikos. The shot from Mavrias, that must be the best chance of the match so far from Panetolikos. And Mavrias, the former Panathinaikos star. There's Eze moving the ball forward now. Rodine. Rodine with the ball, passing it back to Doi. Pirola. Stamenic. Rodine. Rodine now to Zelson down the right. Zelson, there's the header by Chiquinho, and it goes straight to Chavez in the 41st minute. That's a free throw for Panetolikos after a header from Doi, who's complaining a lot towards his teammates. Now Torrejon is going to get things going for Panetolikos, passing it to Perez. Perez all the way back where Mladen is. Chavez now with a big kick. And that is a free throw for Olympiacos. 42 minutes at Karaiskaki. Rodine still cannot find a way to throw the ball. He finds Zelson, who passes it back and nothing comes of it. Very disappointing from Olympiacos' attack. Very disappointing. Rodine, there's a bit of a tug of war down the right, but Panetolikos wins it. They move forward now. Belevonis with space on the left. Still Belevonis. Belevonis playing it back for Torrejon. Torrejon with a cross, and there's the header, and it goes wide. A header from Bouzouki, who moved forward. Didn't threaten Tsolakis, but still, Olympiacos are starting to concede chances as we approach halftime. 43 minutes at Karaiskakis. There's Eze. Olympiacos trying to play a quick counter-attack here. There's Eze. Still Eze. To Gelson Martins. Eze. Zelson with a nice turn. Nice Cruyff turn there. To El Kabi now. To Ortega. There's the shot by Velde, and it goes to Chavez. A nice opportunity here from Olympiacos. Finally, some teeth. Finally, something from Olympiacos in the 44th minute. A good shot by Velde. It just lacked that extra power that was needed. If he had extra power, that could have been 1-0 for Olympiacos. Straight to Chavez's safe hands. Rodine to Zelson. Chiquinho. Olympiacos lose the ball. There's Belevonis. There's the cross from Panetolikos, cleared by Pirola. Mavrias. Back to Bouzouki. There's Perez. Perez playing it back to Bouzouki. Still Bouzouki. Nice turn there by the former Panathinaikos star. Playing that right side with Haris Mavrias. Belevonis. Bouzouki still. Olympiacos win the ball back with Chiquinho. They lose the ball. There's Torrejon down the left. Torrejon to Belevonis. Yavas now to Belevonis. Excuse me, Diaz. That's Diaz with a shot way wide. Almost 45 minutes, and it's 1 minute, a 1 minute of stoppage time to go at Karaiskaki. This is going to be mercifully over, but we need to see changes in that halftime, and there is the quality to come off the bench. Pirola to Eze. Excuse me, that was Chiquinho. Gelson Martins, let's see, can Olympiacos get a late goal? 1 minute before halftime, there's Rodine. Rodine with the ball. Still Rodine, down the right. Rodine. And that's a corner kick for Olympiacos. Surely that is the final opportunity for Olympiacos. Final chance for a late opener here for Olympiacos. It's going to be Chiquinho who takes this on. Let's see. Chiquinho. And it's nothing. Panetolikos, they clear it. Stamenic here trying to continue. There's Rodine. And it's out for a free throw. And that is halftime at Karaiskaki. 0-0. Olympiacos quite toothless in the first half. Quite solid in defense, but when it comes to attacking, they just could not create any threats. 2 good shots, one from Eze and one from Velde, but they lacked the necessary power. Panetolikos came close with Mavrias with a really good shot down the right. Just missed Zolakis' crossbar. But still, Olympiacos cannot break into Panetolikos' area. We need to see changes in the second half. We need to see something different. So I'm going to leave you now for a few minutes, and I'll be right back with you for the second half, guys. If you haven't done so, please do like and subscribe, and I'll be back with you for the second half. And we're back at it here at Karaiskaki. Second half has just kicked off. No changes from either side, even though we did kind of want to see a few changes, to be honest, after this really bad first half by Olympiacos, attacking-wise at least. Defense, they were quite solid. There's Ortega now. Trying to break in. And that is a free kick for Panetolikos. Olympiacos on the attack. Velde with a cross. Headed away. There's Stoppage. We expect more tempo in this second half. Would like to be a fly in Mendilibar's, in Olympiacos' locker room during Mendilibar's halftime team talk, that is. Olympiacos started strong there with a they got very close there with El Capi just before. The moon is starting to show here at Karaiskakis. Almost a full moon, just almost a full moon. And Olympiacos now moving forward with Doi. El Capi, he has dropped big time, dropped deep big time. Ortega, Stamenic, Velde, still Velde. He wins the ball. Stamenic. There's Chiquinho. There's El Capi. He's back to terrible pass. And that allows Panetolikos to break. And that is with Belevonis. Belevonis still Belevonis. Passes the ball with Mavrias, but that goes to nothing. But they win a free throw. I'm not gonna lie, guys. It is getting frustrating here at Karaiskaki. The home side, you can feel the frustration within the home fans right now. Pirola is going to leave the ball to Zolakis, who's going to pass it back to Pirola. There's a little too much strength in that, but it's okay. There's Stamenic. Stamenic with the ball. Passes it to Ortega. Ortega back to Stamenic. Stamenic to Doi. Doi moving the ball forward now. Doi. Rodine with a cross. El Capi, and there's the clearance. Ortega. Velde. Velde almost mistimed that run, but he kept on to that ball. Velde passing back to Eze. Eze with the long ball to Rodine down the right. That was a beautiful ball. Rodine back to Zelson. And that's a corner kick for Olympiacos. First of the second half then, down the right-hand side. Chiquinho whips it in. It is good. Doi gets the header, but yeah, Chavez picks it up. And they break with Mavrias down the right. Lots of space for Mavrias. He releases Diaz. Diaz with the ball down the right. Diaz can't pass to Mavrias, he's offside. Diaz, still Diaz. Olympiacos no regain. Velde, Zelson to Velde again. And Velde now breaks. Beautiful, beautiful back heel by Zelson. And then Velde gives the ball away. That was a beautiful back heel by Zelson to release Velde. And then Velde just gave the ball away. Zelson from the right. He loses the ball, gives the ball away again. But Panetolikos gives it away. There's Velde. Velde to Eze, Stamenic, Zelson. Zelson with plenty of support. Velde. Eze to Rodine down the right. Back to Eze. Rodine passes it. Stamenic. Passes it to Rodine down the right. Rodine with the ball. Rodine, is he going to shoot? He's going to cross, and that is headed away by Panetolikos. Olympiacos' subs have started warming up. Willian, of course, among them, as is Sergio Oliveira. Surely we're going to see a sub real soon. 52 minutes at Karaiskaki. Rodine down the right. Rodine with the cross. Fisted away by Chavez. Ortega. And the game comes to, the game stops because Panetolikos are having an injury. It's Shelis, I think. The Panetolikos physios come on again. I mean, he's back on his feet. Duop is well, though. It seems like it's a facial injury. He's holding his face a lot, so I guess it has to do with his face. Celis comes off. I mean, he's running. He seems okay. So I suppose it's just going to come on as a formality now. Panetolikos right now with 10, as Celis is on the touchline, and he comes on. Now it's 11 on 11. Rodine down the right. Rodine holds on to the ball. There's the cross with the left, and there's El-Kabi's header. Completely wide. Not even close. Not even close to being close. Coach Mendilibar, we need a change. We need a substitution. This is not funny anymore. Chavez with the long ball. Joy gets the header. Stamenic was dropped deep to Pirola. There's Ortega. Ortega passing it back to Pirola. Pirola to Chiquinho. Ortega. No, sorry, Eze. To Rodine, who gets the ball. Here comes another cross, and nothing comes of it because Panetolikos heads it away. It's just Groundhog Day. There's just nothing into it. It's cross, head away, cross, head away, cross, head away. Nothing comes off it. Ortega. Another cross. There's Chiquinho. Cleared by Panetolikos. Really poor from Olympiacos. Really poor. And it only gets tougher after Panetolikos. Pirola. I don't know what Bora Olympiacos means, but I think I understand. Thanks for the comment, Rodi Benitez. Stamenic. Back to Doi. Doi with the ball. Doi to Rodine down the right. Rodine again gets the ball a lot because Olympiacos expect crosses from him. Zelson. Still Zelson. Back to Rodine. What is he going to do? There's a cross. Cleared away. How many times am I going to say this in the second half? Cross cleared away. Cross cleared away. Cross cleared away. Panetolikos, they give the ball away. There's El Kabi. The shot, and it's saved on the goal line. Saved on the goal line. First time that Panetolikos make a mistake in defense. There's a bit of confusion there at the back. El Kabi picks it up, tries to shoot, but it is saved at the 11th hour by Mladen on the goal line. What an opportunity. What a missed opportunity. Zelson now with the ball. Passes it to Rodine. Rodine now to Ortega on the left. Ortega cleared away. Low cross cleared away. And now Olympiacos now with Chiquinho moving the ball forward. 58 minutes at Karaiskaki. Ortega with the ball, passing it to Velde. Velde with the cross down the far post where Eze is. Back to Rodine. Rodine to Stamenic, a shot blocked. Panetolikos win it back. There's Belevonis, but it's won back by Zelson. Zelson down the left. The crowd is coming alive. Zelson with the shot, and it's out. It is wide. A wide shot from Zelson. Corner kick for Olympiacos. Chiquinho whips it in. Eze beaten in the air. That's a free throw for Olympiacos. Nothing comes of it, and it's a goal kick for Panetolikos. We're at the hour mark at Karaiskaki. Olympiacos with far more tempo. They came extremely close with El Kabi with that mistake by between Chavez and his defense. Saved by Mladen at the goal line. But other than that, we're not seeing much else. Zelson down the right. Loses the ball. And that's a free kick for a goal kick, I mean, for Panetolikos. And we have 4 changes coming up for Olympiacos. I see Sergio Oliveira and Willian making their debut. And they are joined by Carmo. As well as Masuras, I seem to see. No, I'm sorry. No Masuras, of course. Yaremchuk, that is, of course. So Yaremchuk comes on. Pirola comes off for Carmo, who gets a hero's welcome from the Karaiskaki faithful. Carmo comes on for Pirola. Carmo with Doi. Yaremchuk taking Stamenic's place. No, Oliveira is taking Stamenic's place. Chiquinho replaced by Yaremchuk. A warm reception for Yaremchuk and Oliveira, and here comes Willian's time. Willian replacing Velde. A debut for the 2-time Premier League winner. 1-time Carabao Cup winner. 1-time FA Cup winner. And you can hear the crowd coming alive for Willian, the Chelsea legend. And Boa coming on for Panetolikos. And he replaces Diaz. Boa replaces Diaz. So we have Oliveira, Yaremchuk, Carmo, and Willian coming on. Willian, of course, guys, a former Fulham star, a Chelsea legend, 2-time Premier League winner, FA Cup winner, Carabao Cup winner, Europa League winner. Made so many appearances in the Premier League in the last 2 seasons. A mainstay in the Premier League the last 2 seasons with Fulham. 36 years old or 36 years young. You're going to see Willian is going to surprise us all. There's Oliveira with the ball, first touch. Loses it though, it was a difficult one that. But wins it back with a fine tackle. Foul for Olympiacos. Here comes Eze. Eze moves the ball forward. Passes it to Rodinei on his right. Rodinei. Still Rodinei. Zelson Martins. Rodinei. There's the cross. And it's cleared. Oliveira tried a shot from a very, very difficult distance. And he just hit. He got nothing but air. Panetolikos are breaking, and that is a foul. No, that's not a foul for Panetolikos. Rodinei with the ball down the right. Passes it to Oliveira, who drops deep. Oliveira now back to Carmo. First touch for Carmo. Passes it to Ortega. Ortega back to Yaremchuk. Yaremchuk, I think that's his first touch. Eze. Eze to Rodinei on the right. There's the cross, and it's cleared. Is this the story of the evening? Cross clear. There's Carmo, who gets a huge ovation from the crowd. And Willian in his first touch. First touch for Willian. You can hear the crowd coming alive. Willian, still Willian. Let's see what he can do. Willian passes it to Yaremchuk. Yaremchuk, there's a mistake. Zelson just gets a really poor touch there on the right. Rodinei. Willian, straight back, wanted to find Yaremchuk, but it was too quick. Too fast. Oliveira, now the ball goes back to Doi. Crowd red hot. Oliveira. Still Oliveira. Passes it to Rodinei on the right. Rodinei. No, that's Zelson, excuse me. Zelson back to Oliveira. There's the cross. Cleared. Ortega. All the way back to Zolakis. Doi. Eze. To El Kabi. Eze. Oliveira. Oliveira to Willian. Willian. There's the cross. Cleared. Even Willian gets the same reaction to the cross. But let's see. There's Willian again. Willian passing to Oliveira, his fellow star signing. They have a little go there. Rodinei, fantastic cross by Willian, who finds Rodinei on the right-hand side from the left. There's Oliveira, back to Rodinei. Rodinei. There's the cross, it is blocked. Oliveira again to Rodinei. 65 minutes of Karaiskaki. Let's see, and there's the header from Zelson after a bad exit from Chavez, who comes off his line a little carelessly, but it goes way over the crossbar. Chavez now with a goal kick. Chavez with a free kick. Goes way back where Ortega is. Oliveira to Rodinei down the right. Rodinei back to Oliveira. Oliveira to Eze. Plenty of support for Eze. There's a cross straight to Chavez. Chavez with a volley. Carmo gets the header. Willian, another header. Eze, yet another one. That's 4, I think. Panetolikos trying to break from the left right now with Torrejones. Still Panetolikos with the ball. Mavrias getting the ball to Boa. But he is dispossessed, and there's Carmo. Carmo moving the ball forward, calling his teammates to move as well. Carmo very comfortable on the ball. Oliveira. Still Oliveira. Passes it to Zelson. Plenty of support for Zelson. Zelson, still Zelson. Oliveira. Oliveira. To Zelson again on the right. Still Zelson. And he releases Rodinei, but loses the ball. There's the clearance from Panetolikos. That's a wrong pass. No, they are saved by the bell there. And there's Rodinei. Rodinei. Yaremchuk. Rodinei. There's Oliveira with a shot that hits Yaremchuk, and then Martins gets a shot from a tight corner down the right, but sends it way over the crossbar. 69 minutes of Karaiskaki. And we got a change here for Panetolikos. Miguel Luis is going to come on. Waiting to see who he's going to replace. I think it's Belevonis that he's replacing. Is it Belevonis? It is Belevonis. Belevonis makes way for Miguel Luis. A good game for Belevonis. Quite composed with the ball. Dangerous for Panetolikos when moving forward during the counter. There's the goal kick from Chavez. Goes to nowhere, really. Ball back to Carmo. Carmo moving the ball forward. So composed, so confident with the ball is Carmo. Yaremchuk. Back to Oliveira. Oliveira now to Eze. Eze, Willian. Bad pass that. Eze with a fantastic header to his fellow Argentinian Ortega. Eze again to Willian. Willian now with the ball. Let's see what the Brazilian can do. Willian still with the ball. He is not moving like a 36-year-old, let me tell you. To Rodinei. Rodinei now. Back to Willian. Willian with a cross. Little too strong that. Ortega. Back to Oliveira. Oliveira now passing to Carmo, who has moved forward. Carmo to Oliveira. Oliveira under pressure. Back to Carmo. Karma with the cross to El Kabi, but he's beaten to the header by Panetolikos defender. Willian now applying the pressure. Still Willian. Can he get there? No, he cannot. Panetolikos clearing it. Almost 300 of you guys watching this live commentary. Thank you so much for joining me and supporting me. If you haven't done so, please do like, guys. This really helps the podcast. This really helps the algorithm. Let's grow. Let's keep growing. We are 10,000 followers on Instagram. Let's make it 50,000. Come on, guys. Come on, Olympiacos. Let's make it happen. Willian now with the ball. Passes it to Rodine on the right. Rodine with the ball. He's going to look for that cross. Gets the cross, and that is a free kick for Panetolikos. 70 minutes at Karaiskaki, and Olympiacos are still not finding any answers. Still not finding any answers against Panetolikos. This is what we were afraid of, guys. Olympiacos' high press, Mendilibar's high press works wonder when you're facing superior opposition like your Aston Villas, like your Fiorentinas. It works wonders against those teams because you hit on the counter. But when you're playing against inferior opponent, it does nothing for you because your inferior opponent, they're just going to play defense. And that's what Panetolikos are doing here. They're playing deep defense, hoping for a good counter. And Olympiacos just cannot find answers to break that defense. Panetolikos have parked the bus, and Olympiacos cannot break that defense because they don't have the players that can dribble past or find those spaces and take advantage of it and attract players that will open those spaces. Let's see what Oliveira can do. Oliveira with the ball. Passes it back to Eze. Eze. Down on the right to Willian. Willian has moved to the right. And Zelson is on the left. Willian on the right. Back to Rodine. Is he going to shoot? Rodine, shoot! And it is a good save from Chavez, who pumps it away. And that is a corner kick for Olympiacos. That's more like it. That's more like it. Willian now is going to take this corner kick. I'm rather surprised because I would have expected Oliveira to take this. You can hear now the crowd coming alive. Let's see what Willian can do. There's the cross. Headed away. Oliveira now to Zelson, who has moved to the left. Zelson, what can Zelson do on the left? The Potenza position. Still Zelson, he needs help. Oliveira's coming for help, but Zelson loses it. And it's a foul for Panetolikos from Zelson. I don't think that was a foul, to be honest, but the decision stands. And there seems to be another injury for Panetolikos. Another one. Another injury for Panetolikos. Tell you what, if Panetolikos, if this game finishes 0-0, then that is a huge result for Panetolikos. And a very, very, very big upset for Olympiacos this. Olympiacos cannot drop points tonight, guys. Like I said, PAOK are playing Panathinaikos. One of them is bound to drop points. Olympiacos cannot afford to drop points. Over 300 of you guys, thank you so much for joining me. Do like and subscribe if you haven't done so already. Helps the algorithm, helps us grow. It was Bouzouki who picked up the knock. He's back on his feet, thankfully. It looks like Panetolikos might have to play with 10 players for the time being. Carmo clears it with not enough, though. But here's Eze with the ball. Eze passes it to Rodine down the right. 15 more minutes to go, guys, and we need a goal here. I cannot believe I'm saying this in a Panetolikos match. Oliveira now. Oliveira with a fantastic ball to Willian, who has returned to the left with Zelson on the right. Willian, is he going to shoot? He's trying to find a way to shoot. There's the block. No, and it goes straight to Chavez. What was that? What was that? Mavrias lunges next to Chavez to stop Yaremchuk from getting to the ball after Chavez had already picked it up with his hands. That was Jot that one down as one of the most pointless moves in football history right there. Chavez clears it. And that is going to be a free throw for Olympiacos. 3 changes here for Panetolikos, who they seem to be creamy. They seem to be hogging a few injuries here. Here comes Daniel Lajut, who's going to replace who? The one who's injured right now, who's acting like he's injured. Lajut has come on for Panetolikos. I also see Stajic and Majdevac who are going to come on for Panetolikos. Who's down now for Panetolikos? A lot of injuries for Panetolikos today. A lot of players getting hurt and then back to their feet. But I think this one's going to come off. Lomonaco is replaced by Majdevac. Mavrias also comes off. Mavrias has also come off. Now let's see what Doi can do. Doi to Rodine down the right. Let's see what Rodine can do. Rodine passes to Oliveira. Oliveira now with the ball. Pass it to Eze. Eze to Ortega. Willian down the left. Willian with a cross to El Kabi. Too powerful. Too much power into this. And that is a free kick for Panetolikos. We're reaching that desperation mode here, boys and girls. We're reaching that desperation. Guys, can we start getting some English comments? Because I do not speak Spanish. Just, let's help each other. Let's help each other here because I just cannot speak Spanish. That'll be much more helpful. But thank you for joining, guys. Thank you so much for joining. Panetolikos now breaking from the left. Nothing comes of it as that is a free throw for Olympiacos. No, they saved it on the line. Let's see now. This is a dangerous situation here, but Carmo clears it. El Kabi, who has been completely absent throughout the match. There's Zelson, who loses the ball. And that is a free throw for Panetolikos. Very disappointing performance. Very disappointing performance from Olympiacos attackers. Very, very, very disappointing performance from Olympiacos attackers. Panetolikos, of course, playing with the clock right now, taking their time. Sometimes, playing an injury a little too much. And Eze heads the ball out for a free throw for Panetolikos. A lot of frustration from the home end, guys. A lot of frustration. There's Doi. Doi with the ball. Poor clearance. Panetolikos still have the ball, and that is a dangerous attack here. Dangerous attack here. There's Panetolikos now. Still Panetolikos. Loud jeers. And that is a free throw for Panetolikos. Last 2 minutes have all been Panetolikos. Cleared by Olympiacos' defense. Oliveira picks the ball up, passes it to Rodine down the right. Olympiacos going to play out back. Zelson goes down, that's a foul. Only had 1 yellow card so far, reminding you that was to Mavrias. El Kabi. Let's see what El Kabi can do. To Willian. Willian, he has Ortega on his left. Willian passes it to Oliveira. Back to Willian. Ortega. Ortega across. And there's Zelson with a header, but yeah, no avail. Zelson has been quite disappointing, guys. Quite disappointing. And he's supposed to be Potence's replacement. Let's not forget. There's Boa trying to break into an attack, but Willian picks it up with ease. Ortega, 80 minutes at Karaiskaki. Just 10 more minutes to go. Oliveira to Eze. Rodine. Nothing. Blocked. Another cross that's blocked. Free throw from Olympiacos. Rodine plays it to Oliveira. Apostolopoulos about to come on for Olympiacos. Don't know how that's going to help. Apologies, that's Kostinia. I suppose he's taking Rodine's place because Rodine's crosses have just done nothing. So let's see what Kostinia can do. Eze to Willian. Back to Eze. Oh no, sorry, back to Ortega. Oliveira, that was a bad pass, but thankfully Doi gets to it. Carmo. Still Carmo. Willian. There's Willian with the ball. Willian passing it to Yaremchuk, who gives it away. Panetolikos try to break. Carmo, the header. And that is a free throw for Olympiacos. And that is the substitution for Olympiacos. And here comes Kostinia, who replaces Rodine, who gets the armband now. Carmo gets the armband, very well deserved. 83rd minute, guys, we're running out of time. We're seriously running out of time here. Eze. Doi moving the ball. He's going to find Kostinia for his first touch. Oh no, that's Zelson. Kostinia left it for Zelson. Still Zelson. Carmo to Kostinia. There's his first touch. And there's the cross. Same old. Cleared by Panetolikos. Carmo to Doi. Eze. To Ortega. Willian back to Oliveira. Oliveira with a cross to Chavez. This might be the worst Jose Luis Mendilibar match I've ever watched. This might be the worst game of Olympiacos under Jose Luis Mendilibar. There's Carmo to Willian. Willian back to Carmo, who I repeat is currently Olympiacos' captain after Rodine gave his place to Kostinia. Yes, Ari, Yaremchuk has touched the ball a few times. Hasn't done much, though. Carmo to Willian down the left. Willian with a cross. And there's a header that just goes over from Yaremchuk. There it is. There's Ari. There's Yaremchuk. His header, though, just completely misses Chavez's crossbar. "85 minutes at Karaiskaki, guys. 85 minutes. 5 more minutes, and whatever stoppage we have. Can't be a lot. Can't be a lot of stoppage. Olympiacos are flirting with a really, really bad result here. Carmo to Willian. Back to Carmo. Carmo to no one. There's Panetolikos trying to break into a counter-attack. There's Boa. Boa with the ball. Is he going to shoot? He's going to shoot. Nothing. Way wide. Zolakis is going to play really quickly to Eze, who's dropped deep. Eze to Oliveira. Oliveira now with the ball. Oliveira to El Kabi. Let's see what El Kabi can do. There's Willian. Willian with the ball. Willian passes it back to Oliveira. Here comes Doi. Passes it to Martins on the right. Zelson Martins. There's a good cross to Willian on the other side. to the left. Willian to Oliveira, really bad shot. Can he have another shot? There's the shot, just misses the crossbar. Just missed the crossbar, Oliveira did there. 86 minutes at Karaiskaki, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. And it's not like Olympiacos have had, those big chances like they've missed. It's not like they missed chances. It's not like they had chances and they just didn't make the most of them. It's not Olympiacos haven't had any chances really. Nothing really to mention. No chance that made anyone think, crap, this could have come very close, except the El Capi thing. But then again, it was just one chance, and Olympiacos haven't been doing anything else, and the competition is only going to get harder now. Costinha, let's see what the Portuguese can do. There's Zelson, his fellow Portuguese. Zelson with the cross, nothing, cleared. Oliveira, there's Costinha. Still Costinha, could not release Martins. And now Panetolikos down the right, dispossessed by Doi. Very good match by Doi, I'm going to say. Costinha, still Costinha. Passes it to Yaremchuk, who loses the ball. That was hard for the Ukrainian there. 87 minutes at Karaiskaki. Doi having a bit of a tug of war there. Carmo. Let's see what he can do. There's Ortega. And Willian wins a free kick. And that's a yellow card. The second yellow of the match to Lavas. Olympiacos have not been booked so far in the match. Mavrias and Lavas were the only yellow cards so far in the match. Playing it quickly, there's Willian to Ortega. Let's see what Ortega can do. Terrible cross. And all the crosses hit the front, hit the near post. None of Olympiacos' crosses have made it to the far post. Well, almost all of Olympiacos' crosses are cleared in the near post. There's Zelson. Back to Ortega on the left. Let's see what Ortega can do. Nothing. Zelson again. Boa going hard for the ball. And that is a free throw for Olympiacos. Ortega, Willian. Willian to Carmo. It is 88 minutes at Karaiskaki. Ortega. Better cross this one. El Cabi. Back to Costinha. Costinha to Oliveira. There's the cross. Chavez with his right hook. Ortega. Ortega to Willian. Willian tries a shot. It is deflected. Goes to Costinha on the right. 89 minutes at Karaiskaki, guys. Running out of options, really. Oliveira. Willian. Back to Doi. All the way back to Doi. Carmo. Carmo to Costinha. Costinha still. Costinha. Low cross. Free throw for Olympiacos. Oliveira. Olympiacos are really pressing. Oliveira with the cross. Martins in the far post does nothing. Very, very disappointing performance from Zelson Martins. Absolutely disappointing performance from Zelson Martins tonight. Chavez whips it in. Almost 90 minutes at Karaiskaki. That's a free kick for Olympiacos. Let's see how much stoppage time we're going to have. Doi to Costinha down the right. Costinha to Zelson. That's another free throw for Olympiacos. Still Oliveira, nothing. That's going to be a free throw for Olympiacos. 8 minutes to go. 8 minutes of added time to go. And we have another Panetolikos injury. And that is Majdevac. Let's see if the Panetolikos physios are going to come in to save the day again. But seriously, the Panetolikos physios are coming on. Seriously, though, like Olympiacos should have not allowed themselves to be in this position. Having to struggle with Panetolikos, having to struggle with Panetolikos' mediocre defense at best, having to struggle with Panetolikos wasting time. This is a terrible, terrible performance. The worst performance under Jose Luis Mendilibar. My defense looks fine, just like all the other ones did. Second minute of stoppage time. Surely that's going to be an extra 2 minutes. Won't it, ref? Let's see. So surely that's 10 minutes now of stoppage. Chance from Zelson Martins, who missed the target by a lot. 5 minutes. We're in the 5th minute of stoppage time. Hopefully, we can have another 5. Ortega, Willian, still Willian. Back to Carmo. Doi. To Carmo. Carmo, is he going to shoot? There's a cross to no one. Kostinia gets there. Kostinia tries a cross that goes to Chavez. Terrible performance. 6 minutes of stoppage time. Well, I don't know, Parecida. I don't know, man. We might have an extra 2 because Majdevac was acting like he was dying earlier, so that could be an extra 2 minutes. Let's see. Here comes Ortega. Still Ortega. Ortega with the ball, passes it to Eze. Eze releases Costinia down the right. Costinia, and that is, no, Chavez picks it up. Oh, that is so painful to watch. And you know what, guys? If Olympiacos lose the title again, this might be the match that does it. Costinia with a free throw, back to Doi. 7 minutes of stoppage time gone by. There's Carmo. Willian down the left. Willian. That's a corner kick for Olympiacos. And Willian is going to take it quickly to Eze. Eze, Willian. Willian with a terrible cross. Thankfully, it's picked up by Zelson down the right. Zelson to Oliveira. Is he going to cross it? He's going to cross it. But to whom? No one's there. Ortega, excuse me. Willian. I don't know what you're asking, Ari. Eze. Willian. Almost 8 minutes of stoppage time. Eze with a cross to no one. Here comes Doi with a shot, completely missed. 30 seconds until 8 minutes of stoppage time. Chavez now taking his good old time, of course. Chavez now. That's 8 minutes of stoppage time. Let's see if we're going to have an extra 2 after Majdevac almost died. Free throw for Olympiacos. Ortega now to Carmo. The crowd is really coming alive now. Oliveira now with the ball. This might be the last attack of the match. Oliveira with the cross. Chavez palms it away. Panetolikos are trying to get on the counter, which is very weak. Boas and Oliveira fighting. Boas released down the right. And a very good tackle by Doi. Almost 9 minutes. I cannot see us having more than just 1 more minute. Let's see now what Panetolikos are going to do. There's a shot, and that is a free kick for Olympiacos. And that is full time. Should have been another minute after Majdevac acted like he was dying. That's full time, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Olympiacos, Panetolikos 0-0. An absolutely horrific performance from Olympiacos, who showed absolutely nothing. There's absolutely nothing in attack. There were barely any chances that screamed goal, except the one attack that basically came thanks to Panetolikos messing up at the back, and El Kabi picking the ball up and shooting in front of open goal, but being denied by Mladen. So Olympiacos could not attack. Olympiacos could not create any chances. Horrible shots. Could not break into the area. The crosses were awful, absolutely awful. Most of them were cleared in the near post. Like I said, this is probably Olympiacos' worst performance under Mendilibar. It's either this or the Maccabi Tel Aviv match. But even in the Maccabi Tel Aviv match, Olympiacos created some chances. Whereas this one, it was a complete zero. Absolutely awful performance from Olympiacos. wasted chance here to create some distance in the top of the table. PAOK and Panathinaikos playing each other right now. I cannot believe now we won a draw. Very disappointing, absolutely disappointing from Olympiacos. Yeah. There's going to be a show later on, guys, so do join us for the show for a post-match analysis from my co-host. Until then, guys, I was Kostas Lianos, or Kostas with a K. Thank you so much for joining me, and we are going to see you soon. And do not forget to watch the watch the vlog. Take care, guys.
Katima!